Hello everyone, it's Pete here. I just decided to do some different sort of videos coming out on a Thursday now. So it's Thursday today. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a comparison video every Thursday from going forward. Different sort of things. Oliver, shut the recording. And I've been doing this for, what's it? I've just hit 4 years. I just had a message from eBay saying thank you very much for selling for 4 years. Sorry, hang on. Yeah, I've just been selling 4 years on eBay. Saying well done. I've been selling full time now for reselling now since November. But I've also had an online shop selling army surplus for that sort of quite some time. So I've picked up a few things, what to do and what can't do, and mistakes along the way and that sort of stuff. I just thought, well, I'm going to start showing some of the things which I've learnt over these last 4 years, and also some sort of comparison between different sort of things. So, as you've probably already seen by the video description, this one's going to be a comparison of looking at different sort of postage methods which I use to send my stock out with. Currently, I've done a video already before about talking about this machine behind me. I'll just lift it up so the camera's up slightly. Yeah, there's a franking machine. It's rented from Pitney Bowers. I do. At one stage, I was doing all my postage through the franking machine. Large letters, small parcels, worldwide parcels, and also special delivery, signed for, and that sort of stuff, all through there. It was running fine until I come to some problems when things are going missing or things are getting damaged. That's not from the franking machine's fault or Pitney Bowers at all. This was a Royal Mail issue. Basically, cut a long story short, if Royal Mail damages one of your items and you send it off, and you've got to make sure and you want to try and claim for just trying to find the book, which I'm trying to give me 2 secs. Yeah, so if you send the stuff off and something gets damaged, something gets lost, and you want to make a claim, the first thing you need to have is to make sure you have a certificate of postage. I use these. I used to have big A4 sheets of paper which I printed off from the website, but when I found out you can get free supplies, I'll put a link down below where you can get these from the Royal Mail free of charge. You need to make sure you fill one of these in. If you don't have one of those, you've got no leg to stand on to say you actually posted it in the first place. So that's the first sort of thing you needed to make sure you had. And then I was trying to put a claim for a board game. The board game was Connect 4. It was vintage, very good condition. I sold for £20. The box got damaged along the way. Contact Royal Mail with their online forms, and they asked me to send this off. They wanted the eBay proof of sales. They wanted the PayPal transactions to say how much they actually paid. And then they came back and said, sorry, you do to a business seller, we can only refund the value of which you paid, as in you, the person buying the goods in, pay for the item, and then they'll give you that as a refund. The board game cost me 15p. Yeah, because I got it in a large job lot of board games, which I buy these big pallets for £25 or 200 games. So they because I couldn't actually give them an itemised price of what I paid for it, they could not refund me. So that was the first issue of just doing normal standard postage. On top of that as well, if you want a bit more security sort of thing, you could go for the Royal Mail signed for. Again, it costs you a little bit more, but you get all that information given to you straight away. You get your tracking details, your proof of postage by the stamps at the bottom, so you don't have to worry about one of these. Again, you can get this from the Royal Mail website as well. I haven't actually done a return. I've never actually done a return for one of these, but I did use this as a thing a while ago as well, because I sold a computer game, Terraria, and the guy said he never received it, so contact Royal Mail. They couldn't do nothing about it because it was only on one of these, and there was no other proof of he actually received it, so they couldn't do anything about it. So I then sent another one out with this. He then said exactly the same thing to me and said I haven't received it. because I had a tracking number, I went to their website and tracked it and said it was signed for and you get a signature. So that was all sorted. So he's trying to get another one out of me free of charge. So that's well and good, sort of on there. Again, probably had the same sort of issues. Then I started using my Herms in a bit more detail. I started using my Herms anyway for large parcels, medium parcels, because they were a hell of a lot cheaper than using Royal Mail for parcels over 2 kilograms or over the 40 centimetre sort of size, or 44 or 44 or 45, I can't remember what's on my head, for the size of the packaging, or 16 centimetres. Most of the time it gets me for 16 centimetres high. Where my Herms, when they come into it, there's only weight. They don't, and there's an overall circumference of 120 centimetres. Yeah, so a lot of my parcels aren't that at all, but they do theirs by weight. So I then started to find out that parcels under 1 kilogram are cheaper to send out with my Herms than they are with the Royal Mail. But then again, my Franken machine only cost me £2.57 to post it, when the Royal Mail costs you £2.86, but if you go through my Herms, it costs you £2.70. So if you're not using Franken machines and that, it's actually cheaper to send up to a kilogram there, and then over a kilogram with the Royal Mail. But then the insurance of my Herms, I keep pointing to over here because I'll turn it around because I'm looking at the screen. Yeah, that's why I've got my Herms app open on my screen, which I'm going to sort of on there, hence why I keep talking at it. Yeah, so but then my Herms, if things get damaged or things get lost, generally what I found is they pay out the full amount of what the buyer paid you, not what you bought the goods in. So I've had this a couple of times where I bought, as a buyer, I bought a load of Lego and it went missing in the My Herms sort of thing, so therefore they refunded the seller the £110 for the Lego and the seller refunded me. As of yet, I haven't had any damages to my knowledge. Or have I? No, to my knowledge, I haven't ever had an item gets damaged or lost from sending from myself. But the process is basically you call them up, you give them your PayPal, your transaction details, how much the buyer paid, they refund the whole lot. I've had late deliveries and things like that where I've contacted my Herms in the past and they've credited me the amount of which I paid for shipping onto my account. So next time I did it, I got the I already had credit into there as well, so it made it a bit cheaper for me in the first place. So that's really good sort of side of it, and also it's quite handy to track your items. Where when you go sign for, you can only see that you've delivered it and you've sent it. But if I go into my Herms now, if I go to my parcels, where are we? Active. I'll just log in. So if I now go to my active parcels, yeah, so I can now see that all of my parcels, I've got 14 currently active. Inside there, I've got some waiting for the collection, I've got some out for delivery. Over on there, and if I click onto this page, I've got more parcels sort of coming through there. I now do all my parcels through here because of how good it actually is. But if I go to my completed, my delivered ones, I can now see all my parcels which are delivered. So I've got 55 since I've started using it, and you can see all along the way. So if I go to my silver jug, yeah, I can get all the information. I know how much I paid for it, so it cost me $3.78 to deliver it. It tells you everything, yeah, what it was, what's the value of the goods, so that's how much they paid. And then I get told the date and the time it was picked up, when it was sorted on the hub, when it was delivered, and when delivered signature received by the customer on the 6th of May. So I get all that information, which is really, really handy. Sort of coming over, and I quite like that. It's quite valuable, especially when customers go to me, where is it? And also when you put it on, it sends tracking information to that customer at the same time. So because of that, I now send all of my parcels through my herms majority of the time, just because I don't have to worry about the size of the boxes. I don't have to worry about too much of the weight. I've sent boxes up to 15 kilograms, and the prices are quite competitive. And you can choose if you want additional cover. You just got to pay a little bit more, and you got to pay a bit more surcharge on. So my herms a bit more money as it comes with the bigger parcels, but the security and confidence you actually get, other than the raw mail, is a lot better. And what I did as well, I also, before I did this video, I posted out a Facebook post. Also put a link to this post as well if you want to see it. I'll turn it onto there now. Basically saying and looking at different sort of things of postage, what people sort of seen, and I had quite a lot of replies saying Royal Hermes more flexible, Royal Mail small parcels are too restricted. Yeah, bigger parcels always send via Hermes. Another one said postage returns assuming we're a business seller. Oh no, that's something different. More people, Royal Mail lost a few parcels, so always go via Hermes. The tracking system's a lot better, and it's very valuable. Another one here, I sometimes use Hermes or Collect Plus, depends who's bigger. For a large parcel I use 7.5 kilograms, I send for Parcel Force 48 because it's cheaper than Hermes. So again, yeah, the consensus is just trying to get all this information. I didn't realise that one's in there either, so I might look at that in a bit more future as well for myself. That it's just about, when you're doing your postage, be optimistic, look around, hunt around for the best possible deal for the buyer, because the cheaper you can make that postage, if you are doing postage, the cheaper you can make that postage and the more secure and sort of thing, you can make your products more sellable. And if you do free postage, make sure you put that postage on top of the sort of thing. It's about trying to get that maximum profit out of it. So it's not just a case of, don't get in a sort of the little circle I got into when I first started reselling, always using the same provider. If you do that, yes, you might seem that you're loyal to them, but in a matter of fact, that you might be paying a lot more money for something which you could get paid a lot less by shopping around. It's a bit like that, compare the market and sort of things. And when your car insurance comes up, if you always stick with the same one, your prices go up higher. So it's just basically looking around, shopping around. So I use all those things. I've just used another one called DX because they seem to be cheaper sending a sewing machine. But if you saw another video I just did before that, I'm having a few problems with them trying to pick it up. But as teething problems, if I can get it sorted, I might carry on using them sort of from there. I also use Ups every so often due to my next door neighbour works for Ups, so if I need to put some stuff into his van, sometimes I just make sure that does that over there. But I hope you like that sort of thing. I know it's sometimes a bit wishy-washy. It's self-explanatory sometimes, of just making sure you hunt around. It's just giving you some ideas just to look out for, and that sort of thing. Let us know who you use, sort of coming through there. But I enjoy your support and that sort of thing. And I think at the moment, a big thank out to everyone, because I've just hit nearly 340 subscribers now, and that's over I think nearly 200 subscribers since I started doing my YouTube, which I picked up. So there's a big thank you sort of on there for your dedication and support. But thanks again. If you like this, add a like down below, share the comments, see what we say. But thanks again. See you later.